This is Creighton for ACTFur On-Air. We're here with Jenner, doctor and artist in his own right, and also the author of the very popular Doc Rat comic. He was here for last year's MiDFur, and we're very, very glad to have you back again. You've actually released your 4th book in the Doc Rat series. Did you want us to tell us sort of how that launch went yesterday?
This has been a great convention, and there are a lot of people at the launch, but people have been continuing to buy Volume 4 as well as the first 3. And the more I tell people about how I write it, the more people get interested and say, gee, I'm going to check that out. We had a panel this morning on how to write stories and how I go about piecing plots together. And that was great. We had a lot of people turning up despite the early hour of Sunday morning. And I think it really thrills me when people want to find out bit more about how the Doc Rat story goes and the characters and so forth.
You said that you sometimes are inspired from your work. Do you actually have a favorite character patient in the comic that holds a particular spot in your heart?
I wish it's hard to pick a favorite. I do love little Jared, the little he's a numbat, by the way, West Australian marsupial, and I love him because he sometimes you start off with one idea and then the character grows into a role. He started off as just being the fall guy in probably my favourite early Doc Rat strip, which is the one where he says to the doctor, I hear my friend Brooke had his tonsils taken out. I mean, like, doesn't that hurt? And the doctor says, oh no, they do it while you're asleep. And the final panel, he's lying in bed and his eyes are wide as saucers because he's thinking that the moment he goes to sleep, someone's going to come in with a big knife and slice out his tonsils. And that was a horrible thing for me to do to him. And I've used him to do horrible things to ever since. When he had injections and his mother did the thing that some mothers do, which is to say, you as kids, you be quiet or I'll get the doctor to give you a needle. That's right, the doctor's coming along with a big needle. No, he's coming with a knife. Yes, that's right, the doctor's going to come with a great big knife. And he's going, ah! And then final panel, the mother's got him in with the doctor and he's still going, ah! And mother's saying, kids, what can you do with them? Wonderful parenting technique. He's the one who's shows how the struggling life of a cartoonist. He said, I've done my comic books, I've taken them, I've photocopied them, I've stapled them all together, and now I've got my comic books. What are you going to do now? Well, I guess I sit here and a whole lot of men in suits will come to my door and give me money. Yeah, like they always do in the comic industry, folks. And I got something where someone's going to tell him, oh, you've got to go to a comic convention. What's a comic convention? A comic convention is a place where professional comic artists go and make money by buying one another's comic books. Yeah. Yes.
Now, in your recent, one of your comics, the one about the tonsils, actually ended up being on this comic wall that they have in Melbourne on the Corner Hotel. Have you actually received a lot of positive feedback from that?
Yes, I have. That was called the Strip Billboard Project. It's still going. Through the Australian Cartoonists Association, a group of people who are interested in doing some public art funded by the local council approached the ACA and said, if any of you would like to be involved in this, give us a comic strip and we will put it up on a billboard. Basically, a size of a commercial billboard on the side of a hotel, the Corner Hotel in Richmond, Swan Street. And yes, they had a roster of them. I did mine. I got that strip with Jared and the tonsils and I digitally coloured it so it would look beautiful and cleaned it up so it would stand the enlargement and gave them the disc, and then they did the rest. And for a 3-week period, this, to my pride and joy, how can you explain the feeling of going by and seeing your own comic strip up blown to the size of well, two or three large doors worth, standing up there in full colour, people driving past and almost having accidents and of two types. And it was wonderful. That was the Strip Billboard Project, and you can still find out how that's going on stripbillboard.com. Yeah, and have a look. It was a wonderful experience. What feedback? Well, I track my my statistics on the web, and the day that went up, the visits in Melbourne went from about 20 to 60. Yeah, it boing. So obviously someone saw it and said, told a friend and told a friend, and that was really good. It was featured in the newspaper. I've had a lot of people giving feedback on it, and it was great. It rocked. It rocked. Yes, yes.
Do you find you actually being a comic artist and having to make, you know, the funnies all the time, do you actually find that because of that you are constantly being comedic about your life? Or you find you're a little more serious and it just all comes out in the comic?
I'm a very serious person. Most of the time my basic default setting is serious. But inside my brain, it's connecting words together all the time. It's very difficult doing consultation because I keep saying, no, don't say that. No, God, don't say that. I said, well, you got a nasty spot on your back. You better keep an eye on it. No, you don't keep an eye on it. No, keep your ear. No, keep your. Well, what about my hemorrhoids? I just suggest you just sit on them for a while. No, don't do that. Don't sit on that. No, do sit on the hemorrhoids. And so forth. I'm constantly saying, no, don't do that. That would be a bad pun. And I think that's a particular part of my brain which is particularly attuned to languages, which means I use long sentences and I speak very slowly.
I just want to say thank you very, very much for having an interview with us. This has been Jenna, author of DocRat, and Creighton for ACTFur On-Air.
Fucking God! And he always, oh my God, for an I love pick up
Drop now, bitch.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Bacon face.
Do I get a free salt from my $4? $4? Uh-oh.
He's up in the ante. Wow!
Have you spent the entire time with the company? No. I didn't pay $200.
Come on. Don't get all day. Right, thank you, now shove off. Next.
Let's go. Brilliant, guys.
See, the problem is it's $20 US to the Aussie dollar right now, so we have no way to get home.
Yeah. Oh, I have a present for you, by the way. You mentioned yesterday that if you were going to be a furry, you'd be an albatross.
Probably, you've got it. That's
I had somebody.
You had someone do that.
I had someone do that here this weekend.
Turn this around. They just got to see this.
Nobody would give up the information.
Can I have copyright of this? Because this could get some mileage.
I'm too important not to be filmed from a low angle.
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.